Alright y'all, so I've been in the woods like 13 years now. This is what I grew up in and all I've really ever done. Working for my dad, growing up in the logging business. This is our 2012 643K John Deere cutter. It's a pretty good old cutter. It's been reliable. It cranks and runs every day. It's a good size, all around size in my opinion. It's really made for pulpwood and thinning and things like that with the head that's on it. And the short wheelbase that it is, it gets around pretty good, but it's still pretty sturdy. We've had a older 643H, I believe it is, which is a same size really, but it's a little bigger and heavier than this one is, with a different head on it that's made for bigger log trees. But this one is my favorite. We've had some Hydraxes too, but I like the John Deere better. They tend to set up better, be more sturdy. Usually what we do is cutting pine and thinning, so it works real good for that, but it will cut hardwood too. It'll cut a pretty decent sized tree, but we get by with it anyway. Alright, so as you can see here, it's a pretty good little hill we're cutting on right at the moment. And this is, if I remember right, it's a 2006 or 7 John Deere 748 G3. It's been a pretty good skidder for us. We've had a few little bugs along the way, but you have that with everything. But more or less, pretty reliable. Seems to crank and run every day, and it does a pretty good job, all around. We typically don't cut steep things like this all the time, so we get by with it when we do. We don't have any chains on it or anything. It's just normal tires, and sometimes it's too wet to come up a hill like this or something. We use just wait till the ground is froze or it gets dried up, or use the cable off of it or something. But so far it does pretty good. We had a 525 cat before that. It had a small grapple on it, just a single arch, and we had a 648 with a smaller grapple. So this is so far the biggest skidder we've ever had. The grapple is pretty good size, and all around pretty good skidder, pretty easy to operate. Yeah, so it's a 2006 or 7 748 G3. So like I said, we're doing hardwood right now. There is a little pine mixed in here, but it's mainly hardwood. And this stuff is, really heavy, especially when it's got the tops in it like that. It definitely pulls the skidder pretty good going up a hill like that. We've got a newer guy with us on the skidder now. He's been with us 4 or 5 months or something like that, so we're breaking him in right. We started off thinning when he came to work, and then we went into second thinning, and now we're clear cutting hardwood, and like I said, some pine mixed in, but hadn't been, you know, an easy thing to do the whole time he's been here. So getting the full logging experience, he's doing a pretty good job, and you know, learning all this stuff, because you know, logging's a lot different than, you know, a lot of other jobs out there, and it's definitely something that doesn't matter how long you've been in the woods, you still learn something new every day. And here's our loader. I can't remember the numbers on that, but it's a John Deere. Been running pretty good. Like I said, it's pretty good on fuel. And there he is, butting the piece off that's no good. I don't know if that one is just where the saw didn't cut it all the way, or the end of it's got a little rot in it or something, but butting it off to cut a log out of it and throwing it over in the pile here. We're mainly cutting cross ties and a few little pallets on this track, but being the kind of wood that it is here, a lot of chestnut oak and things like that, and a lot of it's actually dead and you know, got some rot in it. So most of it's been pulpwood so far. You know, a lot of the ones that would make a log, like I said, end up having rot in it and not being able to use it. And yeah, it's a nice background here in the mountains. And here's the cutter again, a little bit more up close view on it. 643K John Deere. And here we have some drags waiting to be brought up to the loader and put on the truck. Here we are at the loader. A lot of it's getting, you know, delimbed in the woods with the chainsaw and cleaned up. And I also have a lemon gate down there, just don't have it on video. So some of it he has to throw in the delimber and try to get a few limbs off, but most of it is just ready to be picked up and cut off with the sawbuck there, and then put on the truck to take to the market. He dropped one there. This is my personal truck here that I bought. It's my first piece of equipment of my own. All this other stuff, well, the trailer's mine too, but all the other stuff here is my dad's. I work with him, and I still run the tree cutter, and then I, you know, run the truck and haul when I can. This track had some people cut on it before, like last year, and they had to move out because it got to where they couldn't sell hardwood, so they had to move to another track. So it's a good road built in here with gravel on it, and I'd say it's about a mile off of the main highway. And you see around here where it's already been cut, where they were here before, and then the trees in the background is what we'll be cutting. And I think it's almost 80 acres left for us to cut. I'm not sure how much of this you know, cut over here, how many acres it was total, but it's definitely a big place in here, and it's some more wood down the road to be cut too. It's got a little more pine in it. And then it's another track. It joins it on the back side that we'll be cutting eventually. We'll probably be saving that for next winter, because up here where we're at now, it's good red dirt there and it holds up pretty good when it gets wet, where normally around where we live it's more of a glade type dirt, and when it gets a little wet the ground will just come all to pieces. So like I said, we'll probably be you know, we always like to have enough tracks in a good place, good land, that we can, you know, make do in the winter time. And we'll probably go cut some thinning and some things like that. It's, you know, needs to be done when it's dry. Come to springtime when the weather breaks, and then come back up this way and cut whatever we got left. That spot there is in Hardwood is where they wanted to leave up here for the hunting club, wanted to leave or something like that, so that won't be cut. And there's over on the back behind those, you see like the brown back there, that's where the broom straw and stuff is, coming up in the new pines that they got planted from where it was cut over before. Here we are kicking a little bit of dust coming out. Kicking up dust is a whole lot better than kicking up mud, that's for sure. Well, that's about all I got for this part. Appreciate everybody watching and liking the videos and sharing them, and hopefully it's enjoyable and maybe even educational for you.